right, it's 7, and I think we can get started. So I'll call this October 2025 meeting of the City of Burlington's Historic Preservation Commission to order. We have two members one not sworn in yet, so we may not need to do it for her, but one member who's requested an excused absence. All right, so should that be the first thing we do?
Yes.
Before the roll call?
Let's do that. Okay, and that's Russ.
That's Russ, right, Vice Chair Russ Vandermoss Peeler.
And we have contacted you, so you have
Yeah.
approved the absence.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I've approved the absence. Okay, so Russ is not here. Okay, now would you like to do a roll call?
Sure. Okay, I am Chair Pennington.
Here.
We've already discussed Vice Chair Vandermoss Peeler. Let's see, Member Paceman
Here.
and Member Warren.
Here.
And then we'll go to our new members, Member Isley
Here.
and Member Moore.
Here.
Member Woodsman is absent. I think that covers it.
Great.
So we have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Great. All right, our next item is the swearing in of new members. Brianna Smith.
All right, Roger and Marcia, if y'all will stand. You'll raise your right hand and then place either your left hand like this or down. And then you'll just repeat after me. So I state your first and last name.
I, Marcia Isley,
I, Roger Moore,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do affirm
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support
the laws of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional
powers,
powers
and authorities which are
and
authorities
authorities
which
which
are
are
or may be established
or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor
and that I will endeavor
to support,
to
to
support,
support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws of said state,
the Constitution and
laws
laws
of said state,
not inconsistent with
not
inconsistent
inconsistent
with
with
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will
and that
that
I
I
will
will
well and truly execute
well and truly execute
the duties of a board member
the duties of a board member
while serving on the Historic Preservation Commission
while serving on the Historic Preservation Commission
for the City of
for the
Burlington,
city of Burlington,
Burlington,
according to the law.
according to the law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Given that we have two new members just sworn in, I might take a moment just to talk about process in these meetings. So the Historic Preservation Commission, the City of Burlington, our major task and obligation is to apply the historic preservation standards that are approved by the City of Burlington to property owners' applications as they apply to make renovations or changes to those properties, insofar as those renovations or changes fall under the authority of the Preservation Commission. So the standards were, we revised the standards that dated back to the 1980s 3 years ago. And so there are an updated set of standards that are available on the City of Burlington's website. Additionally, if you would like, Brianna Smith would be happy to produce for you a printed copy for your reference, but it would be good to familiarize yourself with what's in those standards. Members of the commission are expected to undergo regular training, and a good place that new members often start is with one of the basic trainings in historic preservation law and practice by published by the Schools for Government at the University of North Carolina, and so staff can make those trainings available to you. The Historic Preservation Commission is a quasi-judicial board which means that we evaluate evidence and apply the standards to the evidence that we're given. So that's the purpose of applications and the testimony that property owners give here. Additionally, you will see, as we will and later in the agenda, talk about some other items relative to historic preservation, grants that are available through the State of North Carolina Preservation Commission, for example, that we might consider applying for, and occasionally wider historic preservation issues that have come up in the community. And again, we have a couple things to talk to you about later in the meeting. Am I leaving anything out? Planning Director Lawson?
You covered a good bit. I also have a PowerPoint that I can run through. Maybe we'll do that after the cases, so that we don't have to hold anybody up.
Sure, that would be great. Okay, so we'll proceed to approval of minutes. The first set of minutes we have to approve.
First, you'll need to do the appointments
Oh,
of chair and vice chair.
So every year at this time, we appoint a new chair and vice chair, and follows the appointment of new members in June, and I think this is the first time we've met. So yes, I will entertain nominations for the chair's role.
I would nominate Brian Pennington for chair.
Any other nominations? All in favor?
All right.
Anyone opposed?
Abstain. Okay, thanks. I'm happy to continue doing this. We have on the commission currently 2 members. I think you were starting your second year. Is that right? 3 members who are just starting, and then Russ Vandermoss-Peeler, who's not here. He and I are in the last 2 years that we're legally allowed to serve. So one of the things that we will want to do over the next couple of years is to begin to think about new leadership and yeah, who might come into these roles, so we can talk later. Okay, I will now entertain nominations for the vice chair.
Is Russ interested in being the vice chair again?
He has indicated interest.
So I would nominate Russ for the
Mhm.
vice chair.
Any other nominations? All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed?
Okay, great. We have a chair and vice chair for the next year. Thanks so much, everyone. Okay, now we will proceed to approval of minutes. The May 13 minutes are in the meeting packet that you received. Are there any corrections, additions, changes? Can we just go to May 25 and do them at once?
Just
Okay.
act on those and
Okay, all right. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Any concerns? All in favor?
let's do a second.
Oh, is there a second?
So here's-
Second to the motion
So
to approve.
the part I agree with the most is that I was absent from this meeting. And I seconded it?
As long as you reviewed them, yes.
Yeah, I did, yeah. So second.
Okay, great.
Now all in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye. Okay. I think generally, and we should check this, I think we can generally approve minutes by acclamation, but let's get things on record. Now, what about the May 25th minutes? Are there changes, additions?
Motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion.
Second.
There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the minutes for the May meetings have been approved. Our first application, major application this month is from 623 West Davis Street. Director Lawson.
Okay, so for those new members, typically, present our staff report, which has been included in your binder or your packet. That basically provides a summary of the case, the relevant sections from the Historic District standards associated to the request, and it also includes any illustrations or photos, whatever the applicant has provided to us to help support their particular case, along with a staff recommendation. So I'll just go ahead and summarize this, and then we typically call upon the applicant to get sworn in, and then present anything in addition to what we have. So the first item, as mentioned, is 623 West Davis Street. This is a request by Mr. and Mrs. Basson to construct a storage shed, 24 by 22 square feet, 11 feet tall, located next to their existing garage. The applicant has provided the rendering of the shed and all of the materials associated with what the shed will be comprised of, and a depiction. The staff report goes into the description pertaining to that. That will be a one-story shed comprised of 6-inch black siding walls, black architectural shingle roof, which is the same as the garage, and 2 roll-up doors. We have ordinance provisions on how far sheds can be from property lines, which this adheres to. The shed will be 10 feet off of the side property line and 60 feet off of the rear property line. You'll note that there's the included findings of facts, which we'll discuss later on. But at this point, I guess we'd like to call up the applicants to see if you've got anything else that you'd like to add or to help support the case. One of you at least come up and get sworn in for the record.
She can hear better than I can. Y'all better too.
That's his excuse.
Okay, would you like to do it?
You're normally the one who knows.
Okay. We have to. Ms. Basson, am I?
Basson, yes.
Basson, okay. Do you swear or attest that the information provided is the truth to the best of your ability?
Yes.
Okay. Before we proceed, Chair, we should double check to see if anybody has any conflicts on this application.
Are there any conflicts or concerns from the community on this issue?
From the commission members.
From the commission members? Okay. So are there concerns about the application from commission members?
Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
Please proceed.
We simply need a little bit more storage, and that particular storage shed that we want to have approved is on the back of the existing garage. It will not be visible from Davis Street and barely visible, if at all, from Peel Street. And it simply is attached to would be attached to the back of the existing garage, which has been there for, 25, 30 years, I guess. And it will be just like that, as nearly as we can make it in color and style and the shingles and so on.
Thank you. What will the shingles be made of, the siding?
Siding, lap siding, wood, 6 inch.
And the roofing shingles will match those on the other garage?
Yes.
They did.
Do folks have other questions? There's an image of the current garage there, so you'll put it directly on the back of that?
Yes.
And that's at the back of your lot already?
Well, it's not exactly the back, it's toward the back, yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
good 60 feet behind that to the very back of our property. Property's about an acre in total.
Ms. Bigelow has worked and reviewed the application to make sure that it's complete. She could walk through it pretty quickly.
Okay, great, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we bring the other teacher back up.
So this is the existing garage that they have out here, and the storage that they're actually gonna build is gonna be connected to it, it's gonna be right here in this area. Currently, right here in this area, it's like a covered, like, open shed area, which they have like some storage of, I think it's what, some raw materials.
There's some raw materials, and I think it's a couple of lawn equipment.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lean-to.
Mm-hmm.
Not very attractive. Needs to go.
So the plan is for them to extend it right here. It's not going to be as high. It's going to be 11 feet high. It will be enclosed with the material that Mr. Basin said, described to you as the material that they're going to be using for it. And that's a closer picture of what is already existing there, but this is going to come down.
It's going to replace that little lean-to section that you're showing right now?
Yes.
Right, and it's located in the back of the property and it can't be seen from the road.
Yeah, I read through all the materials that you provided us in advance, and it seemed like it was very much conforming to the regulations and the spirit, so. And I think I noted in there, staff is approving, recommending the approval, so.
Yes.
Pretty good. And it's going to sort of, it's going to be at the same level of the lap siding that's on the existing garage, not necessarily the Tudor-style top, right?
No, but as near as possible, the siding will be exactly the same as what's there.
Yeah, it looked like it would be.
And will you be removing this structure on the other side also? That's over the one garage bay door?
Yes. The lean-to, yes.
All right. So you'll be removing these on each side of the garage?
I'm not sure I'm following.
Is it required for them to, because that wasn't in their initial application?
No, I'm simply,
Okay,
yeah.
it's not required for you to, they're just asking, so, this portion, if you wanna leave it up, you can leave it up, it's not
Okay.
required to be removed.
We hadn't really discussed that,
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah. No, there's no expectation or requirement for you to do so. Yeah, just asking. All right, other questions for Mr. and Ms. Basin? All right, I could entertain a motion.
I make a motion for approving this COA.
Motion, seconded by Steve. All right. Any further discussion?
Included in the staff report were the.
Findings of fact? Yeah, so we should run through those. My apologies. So for new commission members, with every application, staff will include findings of fact. Generally, those are specific standards in the standards document that are relevant to this particular application, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so there are findings of fact before you. Are there other findings of fact that anyone would want to introduce into the record? Okay, we have a motion and a second. You want to take a vote?
Yes. Chair Pennington?
Approve?
Member Moore?
Approve.
Member Warren?
Approve.
Member Baseman?
Approve.
Member Isley?
Approve.
Okay.
Staff will be issuing you a COA, which is just a Word document, as well as the yellow placard that you would then display when work is going to be done. You'll also need to apply before you start construction for an accessory structure permit for that. If you haven't already started that, we can also assist with you as well.
Okay.
It's a wonderful old house. Thanks for taking care of
Thank you
it.
very much.
Thanks,
We try. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Basin, do you have a timeline of when you want to start construction?
gonna be about 2 months,
Okay,
and that's what we're hoping for.
very good.
We're gonna try to get the concrete poured a little before that, though, because of cold weather. But the building itself be about 2 months.
We're still trying to sell the other house
Right.
in Castle County. Got another little project going too. If anybody wants a historic house in Castle County, please let us know. A nice one.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on our agenda is a request by Mr. Jackson to construct a deck at the rear of 2447 Glencoe Street. Is there a staff report?
Yes, there is. Mr. Jackson has been in front of the Historic Preservation Commission on other projects relative to his property up in Glencoe. This is now a request to add a deck to the rear of the structure. The applicant has included all of the different materials, have summarized them in the staff report. Pressure treated lumber. The deck itself will be 240 square feet. The decking will be painted to match the existing house siding with the color, and the rails have been painted to match the trim. And there's also an existing middle window and siding on the enclosed porch that will be removed and replaced with door painted to match the house, windows and sashes. This has gone in front of the Preservation North Carolina, and they has already received their approval. So just for the new members, any of the properties that are located in the Glencoe Historic District, which is in the northern part
Yeah.
of the city, they are bound by deed and restrictions that Preservation North Carolina holds. So they actually have to go submit their proposals to Preservation North Carolina ahead of typically when the item is presented to you. Preservation North Carolina's rules and requirements are more stringent than our design standards. So that has also been submitted with the application. I have included the findings of facts as with the past application, and the packet also includes the relative information pertaining to the deck and the materials and everything else that are rendering here. If you'd like, I can call up Mr. Jackson to be sworn in and see if he has any additional items to add.
Sure.
Mr. Jackson, do you swear or attest that the information provided is the truth to the best of your ability?
I do.
Would you like to just provide a quick summary to the commission on your project?
Yeah, please excuse my poor Photoshop / PowerPoint skills, but basically, yeah, look just like a 12 by 24. The width of the actual back of the house is the 24, and then just come out 12 feet just for just an outdoor space above ground. And I did not attach an actual a GIS copy with property lines on it, and I've got that with me if you guys need it. If you want that, I've got that with me. I can give you, I made everybody a copy because I wasn't sure it would be here, but nevertheless, that's pretty much the size of it. The deck will match the house in its in the paint trim and all, and it won't have any external stairs. It'll all just be contained. The thing I couldn't do in my picture is to put, instead of the pickets, we're going to have stainless steel cable for the in place of the pickets.
Okay.
I just couldn't produce that. So that's in the letter to Kathleen and the North Carolina Preservation also. So
So they approved the stainless steel cables,
They
the
did,
Preservation
yeah.
North Carolina? Okay. Yep. They're not quite as intrusive, are they?
no, and actually, yeah, they give you a little bit more view because
Yeah,
we
you
do
get
have
more
woods
view.
behind us. And so when you're sitting down, at least you can see through that
Yeah.
versus, just looking at a bunch of wood, so that's, that's that. I can,
Will there be stairs like this?
no stairs.
Okay.
No, we're gonna leave it, that's more of a safety feature from what we want, just because it's in the back of the house. And we'd like to just kind of keep that as, minimize the entry points,
So for new commission members, this is the letter that the applicant has received from Preservation North Carolina approving their project. Any other questions for the applicant? Okay. Staff has recommended this project as well.
Great. The findings of fact are there in the agenda. Are there other findings of fact anyone would want to enter into the record? Is there any further discussion?
Staff would just like, since we did not see the site map, I would just ask that the commission, should you approve the project, make a condition that it meets all of the Unified Development Ordinance standards.
So I've got that with me now, if you want me, if I can give a copy to everybody.
If you'd like
Yeah.
to hand that out,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I just want to make sure that.
Sure.
Yeah, staff hasn't reviewed.
Got it.
Right.
that portion.
Okay.
How does-
And if it-
What else?
and-
Yes, I can put it with your other documents.
When I got your email, I misread it, and I thought it was bring it with me.
Because it'll help you when you get ready to go
And
apply
I
for your
realized
permit,
it.
yeah.
I realized it when I saw the other presentation, I'm like, man, I knew I should put it in. This is the second page.
Thank you, sir.
Everything else is what you probably already have. I just mapped out the property lines. and
Nice.
distances from the-
Great, thanks.
from the porch.
Thank you.
I'm good. Thank you.
So if you see from the black and white aerial, his site plan, the deck is well within the property boundaries consistent with the setback that the house is at now. I don't believe there'll be any issue with it.
Yeah, but we can include.
Does this
it in the
overlay,
motion.
does it follow the same setback rules as the rest of the city of Burlington? Okay.
Good. All right, staff is recommending an addendum to any motion for approval, but I'll entertain a motion at this point.
I make a motion for approval with the covenant of, that the GIS map setbacks matches the unified words that JB said.
All right.
High
So
development ordinance.
Thank you.
is there a second?
Second.
Great. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. Any opposed? Abstentions? All right. All right, we're approved. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. It's a very thorough application and,
Very thorough.
yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
From the other case, we'll provide you with the COA and the yellow placards. You already started to apply for your permits.
No, not yet. I'll do that first. Okay. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
great.
you.
Take care. Our next item is new business, and under new business, we have first of all a discussion of the Blessed Sacrament parking lot. Do you want me to introduce this? So the Blessed Sacrament used to be a church. Now it's largely an administrative building, I think, on West Davis Street. It's on West Davis Street, but it falls outside of the West Davis Street Fountain Place Historic District. This means that this commission doesn't oversee renovations or changes to that property, And it shares that status also, I'll let you know, with First Presbyterian Church just down the street from it. So neither of those are, even though they're on the street, they're not in the historic district. And in the last month, city staff received some messages from concerned residents of West Davis Street about the scale of the work that was being done, the removal of large old trees, the expansion of the parking lot, and the lack of notification of neighbors that this was happening. So we thought it was important to bring the issue to your attention because there were concerns of a historic preservation nature brought to city staff. It's also an opportunity to say that there are on the street these properties that we don't actually oversee, but they impact people's experiences of the district. And probably, it seems, in this whole set of developments, there might have been better communication with residents, between and among residents and property owners on the street. But it is unfortunate there were people who were upset by, especially, I think, the removal of one large tree. So what would you add to this, either Jamie or Tiki?
You summarized very well. This is outside of the purview of the Historic Preservation Commission. So it often, but it is on the boundary. So sometimes it's difficult to know where the historic district starts and stops, especially with properties at the end of the boundary. The application for the parking lot expansion did get reviewed by our technical review committee from a site plan perspective, and adhered to all of our standards under that Unified Development Ordinance. And we do not have in our ordinance requirements for trees to remain. They met all of the other requirements, and so it was approved through an administrative process. There was not any variances or any other special relief being sought. So the city was also under no obligation to notify residents. Unlike the cases that are in front of you tonight, we do notify residents within 100 feet from the boundary of the parcel seeking the request. But since it's an administrative process, there wasn't any notification required also. I think this is a good lesson learned from those within the community. Better communication could be had by one party or another, but it's not your job to facilitate it, nor is it our job to facilitate it. But I do understand the impact that it may have.
Yeah. And on the tree issue, I'll just share also that on properties that fall within the district, it is expected that people who remove trees will seek approval by the city. Yeah. Usually, the city arborist will go and check the tree out if it's diseased and if its lifespan, et cetera. Generally, they will be approved fairly readily, and the expectation is that people will replant somewhere on the property a tree from the recommended species list that the city provides.
For trees that are identified as dead or diseased, it is considered an administrative process also, but we, as you stated, we do have Jason Barnhill, who's our city arborist, go out and confirm from a site visit perspective, yes, the tree is diseased and should be removed. If there are healthy trees that come down, or would like, or a property owner would like them to come down, they would come through an administrative process, through a minor COA, if they are replacing, obviously can't always be the same caliper size, but replacing with other trees on the recommended list.
Yeah.
That's at the back of the guidelines. If they are not intending to replace, and it is a healthy tree, then they will need to come in front of the HBC for a major COA.
Yeah. So it's rare, especially under the new guidelines, that a tree or landscaping issue comes to us. Usually it's dealt with by city staff at some point, but it does happen occasionally. Yeah.
Sometimes as part of an application, like, if, for example, if the storage shed was located in a spot where there was a substantial tree existing, we do strongly recommend that those trees be protected.
Okay.
But we can't always, that isn't always the case based upon the lot size or other configurations, so.
Good. All right, any questions about any of that? Comments? Yeah. B, under new business, is about training requirements. I mentioned at the beginning that historic preservation members are expected to attend regular trainings available through a variety of sources, and I'll let city staff, they track it for us and report on our behalf.
3 is the spokesperson regarding the training. She will send you all any kind of email that we get from the State Historic Preservation Office regarding any training efforts that they're going to be holding or training through the School of Government. It is important because of that mandatory requirement to let Bree know that you're interested in attending. If the training classes, if there's a fee for the training classes, city will pick that up as well. But we need to also keep track, because we provide an annual report to the State Historic Preservation Office on all of the activities that go on an annual basis. So you'll need to also then provide a quick email summarizing the event that you attended and any other input that you might have.
Because we're required to have 6 credits from you guys, so that's just 6 different trainings. That doesn't mean each of you has to go to 6. It means all of you could go to 1, and then we're pretty much good.
Okay.
And then we have 2 staff ones as well, and that cycle starts over every July. So from last July to June of next year is all the time that we have to get those in. And then we have 2 staff credits that we also have to get, that me, Jamie, or Tiki typically take care of. And then it repeats every year. So it's like once July hits, it's a clean slate and you do it all over again. So there are some webinar trainings. Like I know I sent one out that was a webinar recently that I think our other new member who wasn't here, she signed up for. And so there's a lot of quick, easy ones like that. But I understand that also it's during work days a lot of times, but we handle the training costs, we'll do mileage, and then we can also, if you had to buy like lunch or something, which typically there's lunch provided if you go to one of those, but we also do take care of that if they're, for whatever reason, not going to. But
Are they like in Raleigh, like mostly, or
they're
anywhere?
all over. Like
Yeah.
John and I went to one that was in Taylorsville. There was one in Hickory not too long ago. Sometimes they're in Raleigh. They host them. The State Historic Preservation Office hosts them in historic communities.
Oh, cool.
To kind of like boost them, and then like the one we went to, some of the talks were about Taylorsville specifically. Other things were just about. I think there's like an architectural discussion just about like the different architectural stuff in the city that we are in.
Yeah.
So they're really cool trainings. They're like, I highly recommend them. And then the ones from the UNC School of Government, those are a little bit more like procedural.
Okay.
Detailed ones, less specific to a certain location, more just like this is what you do. But I send those out in emails and you just have to respond back to me, and then I get you registered and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the in-person ones can be quite good. Like, you'll spend a day in some town that you don't know.
I enjoyed the one in Taylorsville.
Yeah,
And we learned a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have a dashboard or scorecard about where we stand right now?
Saying it's restarted, we have one staff credit and then one, and with Elizabeth's sign up, we'll have one
Commission, we
commission.
need 5 more this year.
5 more.
Okay.
Mhm. And it's the response that you have to give, it's a very short document. That's just pretty much, you write a paragraph of what you learned. So
cool.
it can be
Okay.
very, very simple, just pretty much stating where you went, who did it, and then what you learned. And then you just email that back to me. And like Jamie said, we keep up with it, and then she submits at the end of the year.
All right. That's exciting.
Yeah. I think the trainings are really fun. I enjoy them. So.
And on our website too, we have had other training classes. So we post any of those that we hold as much as we possibly can on the website too. So there might be some interesting ones that you might want to check out as well.
I can email that out to them.
Cool.
All right, our next item is 1455 Maple Avenue. Did we confirm that was the address, or that's the address of the person who alerted us?
No, that's the address.
Okay, I was looking at a different property than yesterday.
I think it's 1544.
We were looking at 1523.
No, it's not that one.
Okay. Okay. Well, cities.
I can describe it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So city staff received a call of concern from a resident of Maple Avenue, alerting them to a property that was falling into disrepair that they said had been listed in the Green Book in the 1930s. So the Green Book was a sort of published catalog of places for black travelers, black auto travelers, in the, before the civil rights era. So she it seems to know something about the property, is concerned about it, and was just drawing it to Commission's attention. We have not yet verified that it is in the big national Green Book, and this resident of Burlington wonders if it might have been in a more local listing or something like that. So we have to do some more research to learn about it, but we have a couple ideas about it. But you were the one taking the phone call and talking to the
Yeah,
woman.
so she called me and said that she had, she sounded like she was somewhere in her 80s or 90s, like very elderly woman, but stated that she had grown up with somebody in her home that had a copy of the Green Book and that the property was in there. And just that she was very concerned about it and was like, if this is a historically able to be historically, protected place, that she would want to do it. So I took the call and took all the information, and then we haven't really been able to, we've done a little bit of research. We haven't found it, like he said, in the National Registry. We're potentially looking at some leads, like I met with a lady at the Historic Preservation Conference last week, and she recommended looking in like telephone books from that time, because it would have a marker beside it if and she was like, and she told me all the different ones that it could potentially be. So we're kind of looking into that, seeing if that would be something that we could get an intern to do from one of the local colleges or something like that. It's just it's a beautiful home. Like if you look up the address, I think back in its day it was probably a very nice home, and if it was a host to that, I think it would have been probably very popular, but we don't have any proof, and so that's kind of where the burden kind of comes to us, is if it's not provable, it's not that it's not true, it's just that we can't submit anything to get any historic protections put on it. But obviously, if it is one of those things, we would like to protect it, because I think that's a big piece of Burlington's history that is not very much talked about, that I would personally even just like to see more protection over that. So if y'all have any ideas or know anybody that is knowledgeable in that area, you can email me, Jamie, or Tiki, and we would be more than happy to talk to somebody or have somebody do something.
I think we can ask Shanice Sellers.
Okay.
They have the African American Museum at BMOC, and they had showed me, her mom Jane showed me a Green Book for this area. So I hope they still
Oh, that's
have that
great.
there.
Yeah.
Because that'll be, if they have it there, that we'll figure it out right there.
Yeah, that'd be
So I
awesome.
can, I'll email you her name and contact information.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm sure, if it's true, like, they'll know. I'm sure she will be
Yeah.
able to help us out a lot with this.
Yeah.
absolutely, that'd be great.
You know, Jane used to be on this commission?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she had told me, because I was on the Tree and Appearance Commission for years, and she told me that she was on this one.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So I would say, stay tuned. I don't know, do you think there's anything more to add, Tiki or Jamie?
Yeah, the building and the property has been in kind of a state of disrepair.
Okay.
It's boarded up in the front, and I think at one point, tree on the side kind of fell into the property. It is 1523 Maple.
Okay,
it's,
15. Oh, that's the 1523.
Yeah, and it's set back a bit from the road. It's brick building that has kind of stone around the door.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And then there's a garage behind it.
It's that one house that's just sitting there. Yeah, that I've always wanted to just be like, they need to do something with this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that house. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to Shanice. Okay.
So this is the house.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool if.
So if you zoom in, you can start to see it's really not in good repair.
The part on the side at one time was a motel.
Oh, you know this house?
I know the house. Yes.
Wow. I mean, it looks like a cool old building, and cool historic structure. So, I mean, it's exciting to think there might be a community resource here that we, you know, but there's like some processes that we have to follow through.
Yeah, just so, I'm kind of throwing in little tidbits here and there for the new members and existing members. So, we do have local landmarks that are designated, which would also fall under the rules and requirements of the Historic District Design Standards. For example, Mayhosiery Apartments, which are down the road, the Carousel Building, Pickett Mill.
Pickett,
Hosiery was
yeah.
probably the most recently approved local landmark that's over on West Webb. But once you do designate, city can't designate a property by itself.
Right.
However, once it is designated and appointed to be a landmark or part of a district, they are subject to those standards. So oftentimes there's that hesitance from property owners because they may not be able to meet the standards or whatnot. So we'll be interested to hear what goes on with this property.
Yeah.
I think it is in a state status right now.
Yeah. So, more to come.
That's exciting.
You want to go to minor COAs?
I don't think we had any included in the
Yeah,
packet.
I didn't recall any in there. All right, do you want to do a little?
I can do, so I guess maybe what I'll suggest is, so we don't have to take minutes of the planning, I'd ask if you are comfortable to adjourn the meeting, and then we can have a quick workshop just on a PowerPoint that I prepared, just giving you an overview.
Yeah. Totally, we're in the field about that. Good, okay, all right. All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
All right, we're adjourned.